evening and welcome to your Saturday, July 12, 2025 edition of the Evening News. I am Michelle Henry. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. PPPC launches 2025 elections campaign on Sunday with the message of progress, prosperity. Guyana will not surrender territory, natural resources to foreign aggressors. President Ali. Former BARTICA mayor throws support behind President Ali for second term. International Building Expo's global reputation attracts early bookings from foreign companies. And 5 busted with over 16 kilograms of cocaine during CANU operation. Now for the news in detail. The ruling People's Progressive Party Civic is set to ignite the 2025 election season with the official launch of its campaign on Sunday at the Kitty Market Square, pledging a powerful, people-centered movement anchored on the pillars of progress, prosperity, and patriotism. Speaking ahead of the launch, General Secretary Jagdeo struck an assertive and optimistic tone, promising a dynamic, high-energy rollout that reflects the government's unwavering commitment to inclusive development and nation-building. Trishelle Sobers has the details in this report.
You're going to have lots of messages, but it'll all be about progress, prosperity, our people growing, that would be the message. Our country, patriotism, love for country is vital. Those are the kinds of things, positive things, So multiple messages, but all reinforcing the love for this country, working towards progress, bringing all of our people together. That is what our campaign is about. All at Guyana making progress. We still have a lot of things to do.
General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic, Jagdeo, providing insight into the party's planned campaign launch for Sunday. According to Jagdeo, the PPPC's message is universal. No group, religion, or community is left behind. From housewives to minors, youth to sugar workers, public servants to differently abled persons, every Guyanese, he said, will see themselves reflected in the party's comprehensive development agenda. Jagdeo also spoke of a surge of volunteerism and enthusiasm across the country, from flag-mounting teams in Georgetown to grassroots supporters in all communities. On this point, he made it clear that the PPP is not campaigning just for power, but to continue governing with urgency and impact.
There are several people who have not had all the benefits. I see some people say, "Oh, we still have poor people," and the answer is yes. The answer is yes. We can't get rich in 5 years because of oil, and oil is only 37% of the budget. You can't do that, but we will make sure that they're not excluded, that those people who live now in poor circumstances, they get their help through jobs and better housing and that more benefits, direct benefits, and we get their children supported, all of that for them, wherever they live in this country. So that's what our message is about.
As the PPP prepares to unveil its candidate list, thousands are expected to flood the venue, with marks to start of weekly rallies leading up to the September 1, 2025 general and regional elections. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
We are now joined by Vanu Manikchan, who reports that in the face of growing threats to the country, President Dr. Irfan Ali has declared that Guyana will not give up an inch of the sovereignty territory nor any of its natural patrimony to foreign aggressors.
Speaking at the commissioning of a new aircraft for the Guyana Defense Forces Air Corps on Thursday, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Dr. Irfan Ali, pointed out that this is a new age where the lines between traditional threats and new age dangers have blurred.
The threats we face are not only on our borders, they're above us, around us, and beneath us at our seas. Our natural resources, our oil, our gas, our gold, or bauxite, or forests, or fisheries, or biodiversity have made Guyana the envy of many. Let's not pretend otherwise. The eyes of the world are upon us, not just watching, but watching closely.
To this end, he noted that more than having resources is the ability to develop them safely, sustainably, and sovereignly.
And that is why we must safeguard what is ours. Because we cannot develop what we cannot defend. We cannot grow what we cannot guard. We cannot produce what we cannot protect. We cannot build prosperity on a foundation of vulnerability. Security is not a side issue. It is a starting point of development. We shall not surrender our territory and its resources to foreign aggressors. That will never happen under my watch. Not while this government is in office. Not while the people of this nation are standing together in defense of our patrimony. We're going to protect our national sovereignty.
According to the president, this protection will come through enhanced operational capacity with defense diplomacy and by building strong, credible security partnerships with countries that share the same values, respect Guyana's independence, and are willing to help repel any foreign threat.
Guyana is nobody's soft target, and the government is not blinking. We are vigilant, which is why the Air Corps is not some add-on or afterthought. It is front and center in our national security strategy. The Air Corps has a critical role. Let me say that again. A critical role to play in protecting our exclusive economic zone, our vast maritime asset, our hydrocarbon resources, and yes, our fisheries. This is why we need a strong and impregnable Air Corps. The Air Corps is our eyes in the sky, our aerospace investment, our wings across the sea, and our safety net when nature threatens. It is the difference between being vulnerable and being vigilant.
Since the discovery of oil offshore Guyana in 2015, Venezuela has heightened its spurious claims to Guyana's sovereign territory, including more than two-thirds of the country's land mass, the mineral-rich Essequibo region, as well as its oil-rich exclusive economic zone where over 11 billion barrels of oil equivalent have been discovered and production activities are ongoing in the Stabroek Block by United States oil major ExxonMobil and its partners. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manakchand.
Once again, here is Vanu Manikchand. This time, she reports that in order to push the sustainable development of communities, President Dr. Irfaan Ali has outlined an ambitious plan to work with indigenous leaders in the South Rupununi, Region 9, to build resilient agriculture and tourism industries there.
President Dr. Irfaan Ali traveled to Aishalton village in Lethem, Region 9 on Friday to participate in the South Rupununi District Council's general meeting, where he met with leaders of the 21 villages to develop a strategy for the economic and environmental empowerment of the communities there. While addressing residents, the head of state outlined his government's plans to establish a national food hub and a world-class ecotourism facility in South Rupununi. In fact, he noted that Guyana is working with Brazil's state of Roraima to build out a sustainable food production system, including a cold storage facility, transportation, and guaranteed markets there.
We have started to lay out a plan for the South Rupununi from the Tushao conference to here today that will focus on food production, food security, and focus on growing food for Guyana from the South Rupununi. We'll be working with our Brazilian partners and the Ministry of Agriculture, and before the end of this year, we want to identify with the council a large area that we will put down these mega agriculture areas to support your food security, Region 9 food security, and Guyana food security.
Only last week, President Ali met with the governor of the state of Roraima in Georgetown, during which discussions were held on strategic cooperation in a host of areas, including agriculture and livestock. In fact, the two sides committed to developing a food and livestock processing hub in Lethem to increase agriculture production and exports to the Caribbean region and beyond. Meanwhile, Ali also told residents on Friday about plans to establish the South Rupununi as a biodiversity hotspot.
We've agreed that we're going to bring down the team from tourism and go invest to work with South Rupununi on developing an investment prospectus so that we can market the South Rupununi for investment in the areas you want investment to come. So we can get a world-class tourism facility, marketing South Rupununi at all the global level so that we can get visitors coming here to utilize the services.
With South Rupununi also situated within the Guyana Shield, President Ali underscored the importance of indigenous communities in protecting and preserving biodiversity resources.
The indigenous peoples of the South Rupununi have actively led and provided leadership, safeguarding these lands for generations, maintaining traditional knowledge systems that are inseparable from the region's ecological integrity. South Rupununi is believed to experience significantly lower rates of deforestation and biodiversity loss. I therefore want to urge all of you to value this asset and to recognize the vast potential of the South Rupununi to become a leader in ecotourism. The beauty of this region, the rolling savannas, the towering Canuku mountains, the majestic rivers, and the vibrant cultural traditions of your peoples, makes it a prime destination for travelers.
Reporting for the Evening News, Fanu Manekjand.
Let's now tell you that former Mayor of BARTICA, Gifford Marshall, on Saturday threw his support behind President Irfan Ali for a second term in office. In a social media post ahead of his birthday on July 20, Marshall reflected on a meeting he had earlier this year with the president. He stated, and I quote, "What struck me most was his genuine passion for fostering unity among all Guyanese, his commitment to religious tolerance, and his ambitious vision for infrastructure development, his dynamic energy, deep love for our country, and pragmatic approach to governance are truly commendable qualities." End quote. Further, he stated that in assessing the path forward for our nation, he believes Guyana needs leadership that can harness our tremendous potential while navigating the complexities of our rapidly changing world. He stated, and I quote, "President Ali has consistently demonstrated the vision and dedication required to guide Guyana through this crucial period in our history." End quote. Marshall also stated that he was convinced that given our nation's bright future and the opportunities before us, President Ali is uniquely qualified and prepared to lead Guyana for the next 5 years. Coming up, International Building Expo's global reputation attracts early bookings from foreign companies. And 5 busted with over 16 kilograms of cocaine during CANU operation.
Bakers, create uniformed and perfectly sliced bread in no time with a bread slicing machine from Sylvie's. Our reliable stainless steel slicer can hygienically cut 36 slices at once, up to 240 loaves of bread per hour. This easy-to-use 110-volt machine saves time and labor, allowing you to produce and earn more. Order it now at sylviesonline.com or at our 31 High and Hatfield Street store.
Welcome back. You are watching the evening news. Guyana's Building Expo continues to shine on the international stage with its growing global reputation drawing early bookings from foreign companies eager to showcase their products and services. In this Trishelle Sobers report, you will hear that exhibitors from as far as the Middle East, Europe, and Africa have already secured their spots, underscoring the Expo's rising influence as a premier destination for investment, innovation, and industry networking in the region.
Guyana's largest exposition, the International Building Expo, is slated for August 14 to 17 at the Guyana National Stadium under the theme, The Road to Success, Guyana 2030 and Beyond. According to Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, the Expo continues to cement its global reputation, with foreign companies already making early bookings. Speaking during the televised program Guyana Dialogue, the minister highlighted that last year's Expo saw participation from over 20 international firms, including extras from Africa and the Middle East, and this year's event is shaping up to be even larger in scale and scope.
The Expo has earned a reputation, an international reputation, so companies start contacting us from the beginning of the year on how they can participate in the Expo and how they can enter the local market. So all of our designs and all of our exhibitors will be coordinated around the development and the transformation that has taken place in Guyana within the last 5 years from all of the sectors. So we're not just focusing on housing, we're focusing on health, on education, on the security sector, and on infrastructure generally, because all of these sectors have seen remarkable achievements in the last 5 years. The building of new schools, the new hospitals, all of the new highways and bridges that are under construction.
The highly anticipated event is focused on building the architecture for an inclusive, resilient, innovative, and sustainable future, one that outlines the vision for Guyana's pathway to 2030 and beyond. To this end, government outlined its commitment to realizing smart and sustainable communities that are designed with integrated digital infrastructure, renewable energy systems, and climate-resilient buildings. With over 100,000 visitors, Minister Rodriguez explained that the Expo is also expected to boost the financial sector.
All of the local companies, especially the banks, usually give us feedback on the hundreds of mortgages that they would have approved over the 4 days at the Expo. It's usually a wonderful experience for the banks because a lot of people feel more comfortable approaching one of these banking institutions in an informal setting like at the Building Expo, as opposed to walking into their commercial offices. So they usually increase their customer base by hundreds, each bank, over the 4 days of the International Building Expo. So one of the sectors that it impacts tremendously is the banks.
This year's International Building Expo is expected to focus on sustainable community models and cutting-edge technology on display at more than 370 booths, of which some 268 of those are already reserved, with 122 booths fully paid for. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Hundreds of drivers were slapped with e-tickets in just 5 months this year, as the Guyana Police Force intensifies its use of technology in traffic enforcement. The digital system is part of the force's modern policing strategy aimed at keeping roads safer and drivers more accountable. Luanda McAllister has the details.
The rollout of the automated e-ticketing system in Guyana is picking up pace, and so are the violations. Months after its official launch, Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken has confirmed that hundreds of electronic tickets have been issued so far under the Safe Road Intelligence Safety System. He shared the figures during the force's 186th anniversary address, stating,
"Between January and May 2025, 889 e-tickets were issued, through the Safe Road Intelligence Safety System, a reflection of enhanced enforcement and smarter policing. The deployment of the speed camera, real-time traffic monitoring, and a focus of data-driven interventions have significantly improved drivers' compliance. Additionally, our traffic clamping campaigns are now fully integrated in school programs and drivers' education.
However, the traffic chief later gave an update on the number of e-tickets, which could be well in the thousands. The e-ticketing system, introduced as part of broader reforms, uses speed cameras, real-time monitoring, and automated processing to penalize errant drivers more efficiently.
Between January and May 2025, 889 e-tickets were issued through the Safe Road Intelligence Safety System, a reflection of enhanced enforcement and smarter policing. The deployment of the speed camera, real-time traffic monitoring, and a focus of data-driven interventions have significantly improved drivers' compliance. Additionally, our traffic clamping campaigns are now fully integrated in school programs and drivers' education, helping to instill a culture of safety and responsibility.
The force credits this digital push for a 4% drop in traffic accidents, and it's not just about ticketing. Officials say the system is backed by education as well.
As we boosted our proactive policing activities and social crime prevention initiatives, we have also established regional and district intelligence community in each police region and divisions, which has improved our ability to preempt and respond to emerging trends, threats, and crime.
The Guyana Police Force says this is only the beginning, stating that as more regions adopt the system and drivers adapt to new norms, tech-driven enforcement could become the country's strongest deterrent against dangerous driving. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
The Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit on Wednesday intercepted some 16.78 kilograms of cocaine during an operation at Turkey in Greater Georgetown. CANU stated that on the day in question, officers acting on information intercepted 2 motor cars, which led to the discovery of several parcels containing a whitish powdery substance suspected to be cocaine. At the time, there were 5 occupants altogether in the 2 vehicles. They were taken to the headquarters of the Drug Enforcement Unit, where the drugs were tested positive for cocaine and weighed 16.784 kilograms. The 5 persons remain in custody pending further investigations. Here is Andrew Carmichael, who reports that technical and vocational education in Guyana is being transformed even further with the soon-to-be established Occupational Safety and Health Center of Excellence. The ceremonial sod turning for the $100 million project took place on Friday.
The Greater Guyana Initiative, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, and Lead Corp International, is set to construct an occupational safety and health training facility in the compound of the New Amsterdam Technical Institute. The Occupational Safety and Health Center for Excellence program started in Guyana in 2019 and has been contributing to technical and vocational education in Guyana. These include infrastructure and equipment upgrades, instructor training and mentorship, and introduction of basic industrial safety training across all TVET, which is Technical and Vocational Education and Training Institutions. The program seeks to have students adopt a safety mindset and to incorporate it in all aspects of their education and training so that they will be fully prepared and cognizant of safe working practices when they begin to apply their trade and enter the world of work. President of ExxonMobil Guyana, Alistair Rutledge, speaking at Friday's ceremony, said the establishment of Occupational Safety and Health Center of Excellence represents a bold step forward in advancing safety leadership within the TPEC system.
The workforce, not just at sites that ExxonMobil is responsible for, but at other work sites that our contractors work at, they're embracing safety as a culture. They're building it into their business, and it's making a difference. We're also noticing that as you go down the road and you see people on bicycles, or you look at work sites around us, people are now wearing more PPE than they used to. So the thought of staying safe and how you protect yourself from risk is registering.
He said the launch of the center represents a bold vision for what safety education in Guyana can and should be.
And that is a great start. But as I said, it is only the start. And what we are looking for, the ambition, is truly to change the culture in the country.
In addition, principal of the New Amsterdam Technical Institute, Fiona Russell, also welcomed the initiative, one that will be very beneficial to the township.
This center is more than a physical space. It is a purposeful response to the evolving demands of today's industries. It represents a shared commitment to ensuring that our young people are not only skilled, but safe, competent, and equipped to contribute meaningfully to the industries of today and tomorrow. Workforce readiness in today's world means the ability to function effectively in dynamic and often high-risk environments. It requires more than technical knowledge. It demands a mindset of responsibility, precision, and resilience.
Meanwhile, Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh said this is an era for things to be done differently, referring to today as the era for re-engineering and reinventing.
The current era in Guyana is not an era to be met with business as usual. If we want to do business with global giants like ExxonMobil and the Hess Corporation and CNOOC and SBM and Halliburton and Baker Hughes and Saipem, if we want to do business with global giants like these companies, and indeed mid-sized companies who are not necessarily a global giant, but who operate internationally in international markets, who perhaps are raising capital in international markets, who answer to shareholders in international markets, who have to comply with international standards. If we want to do business in the real world today, if we want to do business with the rest of the world outside of our little bubble or cocoon, we have to be sensitive to the standards that obtain in the rest of the world, the expectations of these companies and indeed of their shareholders, and indeed of the markets in other markets in which they are regulated. We have to make in an instant a quantum leap in how we do business if we really want to do business in this new era and with these new partners.
He said, gone are the days when we could walk into a workshop site without wearing safety vests, without our safety helmets, or without our safety boots. The Occupational Safety and Health Center of Excellence building will be 2,592 square feet in size and is expected to be opened in January 2026. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
12 lucky winners have walked away with exciting prizes following the conclusion of the Guyana Oil Company's Drive and Thrive promotion, a key feature of the company's 49th anniversary celebrations. Michelle Henry was at the event and filed this report. In celebration of nearly 5 decades of operations, GuyOil launched their promotion to reward loyal customers and strengthen engagement. The campaign ran from June 1 to June 30, 2025 and was open to customers at all 8 of GuyOil's company-owned service stations. During the promotion, customers who purchased Super 95 or premium gasoline were eligible to enter a prize draw. For every $5,000 spent, participants received a coupon to complete and deposit into a designated entry box. Each coupon offered a chance to win one of the many fabulous prizes up for grabs. Sean Clark won the grand prize, a refrigerator, while Christopher Williams secured a 75-inch LG Smart TV. Dion Jackman walked away with a 6-burner gas stove, and Dio Balkaran won a scenic trip for 2 to Kaitro Falls. Otisha Taylor received a $100,000 jewelry voucher, amongst others, who won various prizes including air fryers, microwaves, and spa gift cards for two. Speaking at the ceremony, General Manager of GuyOil, Molly Hassan, reflected on the deeper significance of the promotion beyond its marketing appeal.
And we're in the trajectory of our 50th year. We've commenced that journey. This was all founded on service, reliability, and of course, national pride. All of us. None of this could be possible though without our customers and our hard-working employees of GuyOil. So the Drive and Thrive promotion was conceptualized. It's more than just marketing. I assure you that GuyOil remains deeply committed to delivering excellence, driving innovation and giving back to the people of Guyana. We will continue to invest in our communities. As you know, when you buy from GuyOil, we invest back into communities. We give back to all our communities. The revenues collected from here, it's back into building schools, hospitals, roads. It goes back into the coffers. The money stays in Guyana. And you're part of that contribution.
She added that the ceremony was not just a celebration of winners, but a celebration of loyalty. On that note, she pointed out that the event was also a testament to what is possible when a company listens to its customers and values their experience.
This occasion is very meaningful to us because we recently celebrated our 49th anniversary. Like I said, June 16th was the date, and we commemorated that event with a prayer service, and we had a lot of activities during the month. But here we are because we're happy to reward our very loyal customers. But they took time to do so because it demonstrated to us what GuyOil means to our people, our customers. And guess what? We're celebrating 12 of those persons here today. So our winners are here today. Congratulations to those 12 persons. Your support and participation have not gone unnoticed because your presence reminds us of why we're doing this. Why it is that we're here. Thousands of coupons in there and 12 persons.
The company emphasized its plans to roll out similar customer-focused initiatives in the future as it continues to strengthen its relationship with communities across Guyana. Michael Henry, The Evening News. And now for a look at the bridge reports. The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic at 5:45 on Sunday, July 13, 2025, for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Bulbis River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 5:50 on Sunday, July 13, 2025, also for a period of 1.5 hours. Gerba's bowlers steer Gau past Central Stags. ExxonMobil Under-14 knockout rounds continue tomorrow. These stories coming up in this evening's Sportscast, sponsored by Markup.
Did you know you can shop all your cat parts online? Start by heading over to parts.cat.com, select McCorp as your dealer, and register your name, address, and contact information. Once registered, you can shop for genuine cat parts anytime, anywhere at your convenience. First-time customers receive 15% discount, plus 5% off for every purchase after. McCorp, let's do the work.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.